everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we're taking a look at another Micro Galaxy Squadron ship, and this one is Obi-Wan's Jedi Starfighter, one that I saw on Amazon pretty shortly after the main release of the line, and I needed it, and so I finally have it. I'm very excited about it, so let's get into it. All right, and I did purchase this off of Amazon. This is not one I've seen in stores. I do have a hard time figuring out what's supposed to be like exclusive to like what store, because you know they don't do stickers anymore. So I think that I've only seen this on Amazon. So maybe it's an Amazon exclusive. I'm not sure. Somebody might be able to correct me on that, but it is number 14. And then it's got the title there, and I was really confused by the ship for the longest time because you could see the Starfighter in there, and it keeps showing the hyperspace ring, and I'm like, where is that located? Well, now having it in hand, you might be able to see it maybe, but the hyperspace ring's at the bottom of the box. Not sure why they decided to do that, because this packaging is so large, they probably could have fit the hyperspace ring on display with the ship, but it doesn't matter. It's totally fine. It does have the launch edition sticker, as I think all of Wave 1 is going to have at this point. And then on the back, it has some fun features. And then some of the line that you can get. Obi-Wan's Jedi Starfighter is unsurprisingly in the Starfighter class, so it's going to go along with the Darth Vader's TIE Fighter and Luke's X-Wing, both of which I have. And then it does also offer the 2 chase variants of those ships that you can see at the bottom, of which I've never seen. So anyways, let's go ahead and open this dude up and we will take a closer look. All right, this has some double packaging here, which is relatively interesting. Yeah, so let's go ahead and take out the figures right there, which we'll get to in a minute. All right, so there is the main Starfighter. It is very small. I see why they included the hyperdrive ring, because this is just very tiny in terms of what you're paying for. It does look good. Coloring looks very nice. It's got a bit of a wash on it so that you can kind of see if it'll focus in. It might not. So you can kind of see it's a little bit aged. We have the Republic symbol there. Looks really nice. There's a spot for the figure. The cockpit opens. We have some landing gear on the bottom, as well as the ejector button for the astromech droid. The landing gear is on the sides. And then at the top, which is kind of hard to pull out unless you have fingernails, I've noticed. Like, yeah, this one is gonna, yeah, it's a little bit difficult, but there's the landing gear. And so it will stand at a good fashion. I did notice, though, that there is no stand included with this, which is going to be a bummer, because if you want to display it with the hyperspace ring, unless it has a flat bottom to balance it, I don't know if we're going to be able to accomplish that. So we have the engine section here, and I think it's probably pretty straightforward how we're supposed to put this together. Yeah, I think you just snap on the loops like so, and then we have the bottom loop. And it thankfully does direct you the way the pegs are inserted. You can't put them in backwards, so that's good, because there are no instructions. And then this is going to be the bottom, because it's got the like labelings. I don't know if you can see them there. And so you should just be able to set the fighter in somehow. Okay, 12 millennia later, I got it. I'm not really sure what I did. You just kind of have to slide it in there and hope it sticks. But it does hold. So it actually looks pretty cool together, I think. You can see the engines on the back. Not bad. It's so thin. I would love to see them do more Starfighters. Yeah, without a stand, though, you cannot display it with the ring, which is such a bummer. I'm not sure, because we've gotten stands in the past. That's really a shame. That's definitely a downside to this ship. You cannot display it with the hyperspace ring if you don't have a stand, which I don't think they make. So that's really a bummer. Let's see how easy it is to get this thing out. I feel like that's not right. I pulled it out, and I just don't feel like that's how it should go. I feel like you're going to break it by doing that. It's a little odd. And getting it clicked back into place again is not easy either. I'm not a huge fan of that design. I mean, I just double checked the box. There are no instructions. So that's really actually a bummer. I'm not a fan of that whatsoever. But we will move on. I love the way the ship looks and the hyperspace ring. Just disappointed that you can't display it with the hyperspace loop, and the way it sticks on is just not. I just am worried about breaking the ship mostly. So yeah, and then you just end up, if you're like trying to display this, you have this loop that you can't use, the ring that just like floats. I guess you could get some string and tie it up. That would be cool. But yeah, let's try the figures here. We get Obi-Wan and R4P17, which is Obi-Wan's astromech droid up until the very intro of episode 3. Here is R4. And she could be better detailed. It's funny, they can do so much detail in these figures, but with these astromech droids, they just really don't seem to try very hard, as you can tell with the silver top there. Doesn't look great. I think R2-D2 definitely looked better. But they do paint a couple of key elements maroon, so you kind of know what droid you have there. I love how tiny they are. And she should go just in the top of the ship, which I believe also, though, is inaccurate. I'm pretty sure she's supposed to sit on the side of the wing, but whatever. So there's that. Doesn't look bad, just not very detailed. And then you can use the little ejector button on the end to kind of like pop her up enough to grab the droid, just like in Luke's X-Wing. And then we have Obi-Wan Kenobi, and he looks pretty good. He looks pretty decent there with the paint detailing. Again, simple, but like detailed enough. He does have a little lightsaber on his hilt there, on his side, so that's cool. His legs seem to be bowed in just a little bit, so I'm curious how he stands. He stands just fine. That's the thing that I love so much about these micro figures, is Jazzwares has made them able to stand without a stand, and that's the most impressive thing to me. But Obi-Wan looks great. Let's stick him in the cockpit real quick. Okay, yep, and he has plenty of room, almost too much room in that cockpit there. And then if you close it, you can still see his head on the inside, which looks nice. Yeah, looks pretty good. He does wiggle around like he just fell to the side, so you'll want to be careful when displaying him that he's sitting upright. But overall, not bad. I really like the characters in this one, just because it's more like prequel trilogy. The ship itself is really great looking. I just am disappointed by the hyperspace ring because I can't display it that way. But I'm glad that they do at least give it landing gear if you're not going to display it with the hyperspace ring. I mean, I guess it makes sense. It never lands with the ring. These rings sit out in space floating, so for the Starfighters to use. I can definitely see them do more Starfighters. I mean, we've got like Ahsoka's, Mace Windu's, Plo Koon's, Anakin's, if you want to, depending on how far into the Clone Wars you want to get. These are going to be great. And then also Jedi Interceptors later on. I would love if they did those, because that's another, I love Starfighters and Interceptors. So that would be really cool if they expanded this line and did some more Jedi and gave us some like really, really unique micro characters too. So anyways, guys, let me know what you think in the comments below of Obi-Wan's Jedi Starfighter from Micro Galaxy Squadrons by Jazzwares. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Till next time, I will see you guys later. Bye.